What have I done? What have I become? I can't describe this. This is my mid-mic crisis.
Hello and welcome to the Mid-Mic Crisis. I am Bunchu alongside my esteemed colleague and co-host Chamber. Chamber, how you doing, buddy?
I'm doing well. I got my maple syrup detox happening right now. We just had Canada Day, long weekend. So, you know, the typical maple syrup boat races and, you know, maple tree climbing, that type of thing happens. And yeah, just kind of letting it get out of my system. I know it's pre-America Day today for you. I'm sure you have all sorts of amazing things planned.
So many awesome things. It's we are a family of tradition, so we do pretty much the same thing every year. And ever since I've been, born, really, it's actually a kind of a special day for myself and my wife. I proposed to my wife on the 4th of July.
Well, that's nice.
At my aunt's house, actually. So where we are actually going tomorrow, which that's a great thing. And so we
I proposed at a McDonald's parking lot on a random Tuesday.
So we really
no.
What, like in a play place or something?
No, mine was it was Mother's Day weekend, believe it or not. At her grandparents' house with all of them there.
I'll add one more. So it was my aunt's house. It was in the same room that my dad proposed to my mom in. So
for real?
Yeah. How about that?
Unbelievable. Meant to be. You're a fucking romantic.
Yeah. So, you know, and how many fireworks are you going to be shooting off today?
None. No fireworks.
The market is that bad? You didn't go for your normal $2,500 fireworks spend?
No. So I have a lot of women in my life. When we get together in these big groups of families, I have sisters. They have daughters. It's like only chicks. And my one brother-in-law couldn't make it down, so it was literally just like
are you insinuating that the ladies don't love fireworks? Is that what you're
No, I don't know. It was they wanted me to take care of it, and my brother-in-law is the pyrotechnic of
I see.
And,
Kevin.
No, not Kevin. Fuck Kevin. Kevin is we have to explain to my other sister that we don't like Kevin, and she's oblivious to it.
Fantastic.
Bobby's the good one. Bobby Bottle Service. He's
Bottle Service. I like that. Yeah. All right. So we've got a awesome show today. We've got the latest and greatest in the AI streets. We've also got a cool little demo I'm going to show you, Chamber, that I did get to work even just while we were sitting here after I thought it wasn't going to work. But amazing. A cool little demo for you that I think is going to blow your balls off. And what else do you got? I know what I got today. What do you got for me?
I knew you were prepping something, so I put a few things in the background.
Put the minimal amount of effort.
Minimal amount. Hey, listen. The one day you work, I'm working the other 6 days. I'm putting out TikToks.
You know why?
Instagram
you know why
Reels.
This is. Well, look, I'm about to make your life so much better, and
I'm
you
very
just
excited
wait.
About this.
You just wait, and this is what I'm going to show you today. Is just the beginning. Give me a week or two, and all your woes will be melted
so
away.
Excited! We finally got one video over 1,000 views.
Oh, we did. Which one was that?
I have to go back and look at it. It was I think it was you. I think it was Snake Game. I think it was the Snake Game clip. It was very popular.
All right.
You
I'm wondering
seem
if
to do
there's
better than
yeah.
me and you. If
Well,
it's
I'm
a
wondering
Bunchu
if there's a
solo.
way to. I'm the clips get a little jumbled when I wonder what the optimal like view for this is for clips. I'm not quite sure we've figured that out yet.
It seems to be if I have one of us on like in a shot and then a shot of what we're talking about, that seems to do the best.
So take notes.
I thought somebody was
when we have
walking.
to go
I thought
back
somebody
and
was
forth.
walking behind me there for a second. It was my chair moving, and I almost shit my pants.
Payne says Katy Perry loves fireworks. And don't forget, we're going to end the show today with 1 minute of Payne. That's producer Payne grading the show, talking about what he's thinking about, and just overall antics. So let's get right into it. So we'll start with the AI Streets Chamber. Let's see what's going on in the world of AI.
Feeling dumb, want some fun, time for some artificial unintelligence.
All right. So for our first piece of AI news comes from Google today. So Google is introducing a feature called Pixel Screenshots that uses on-device AI to make screenshots searchable, which is interesting. So the AI will analyze and save metadata from your screenshots to enhance searchability and provide useful information. This is interesting, Chamber. I'd always seen kind of, there was a couple years ago where I feel like we got spooked about how much data you actually can find just from somebody taking a picture on your phone, right? Like Apple shows you now the location and everything like that. So, so there's a lot you can get from just a picture or now, but this is interesting that it's pulling metadata from screenshots. So Pixel Screenshots will be used for AI to summarize and process details. The processing will save metadata such as web links, app names, and timestamps. All that data is going to be processed and stored on your device. So that's ensuring kind of your privacy and security. Users can turn on or off this AI processing in their app settings if they prefer not to use it. And but ultimately, this is going to enhance the ability to search for specific information within screenshots. I don't know if you're like me, Chamber, but how many screenshots you got on your phone?
So many screenshots, like 13%, I would say. Of all
totally. I've got thousands of screenshots that I never go back to.
Well, how many of them are accidental too, by the way? Just like in your pocket, like
less than you would think. They're just mostly things that I find interesting at the time that I'm trying to bookmark, but I never go back. So, why does this matter? We're talking about it, right? The usability of screenshots. There's so many people out there that just take screenshots and they go into the abyss and are never to be seen again. So practically, like, you'll be able to now locate important details from this without manually searching your photo library. For businesses, this could possibly enhance productivity by allowing employees to retrieve crucial information or save and search, all of that kind of stuff. So pretty interesting. I'm guessing this is just on Google phones. Is that right? I'm not sure.
It looks to be.
Would you use this?
Yeah, probably. I mean, as long as Apple came out with it, because I'm never switching to a Google phone.
Well, of course, but so this is not going to be something for you. But
actually, hey, can I give like a PSA for anybody looking? Yeah, because I just switched to the newest phone, the newest Apple phone. I think it's the 15.
15, yeah.
Turns out there's no more lightning cables associated with that one. You have to go to USB-C, and it's a nightmare. Long term, it'll be great, but in your household, like 60% of the devices still use lightning.
Which is the lightning one?
The lightning is like this one. This one, can you see that?
Oh yeah, that's what I have.
Yeah, that's what everybody has. We've had this for years. So now it's gone to USB-C which is the same adapter that all the Androids and stuff use, which is this style here. I don't know if you can see that.
I hate those.
Yeah. So prepare
I
for
hate
the shift. Again, technically it's going to be better long term, because then you can kind of switch up with anybody that has an Android phone or any other devices that you have in your home. But yeah, short term pain for sure. Big big pain in the ass right now.
Lots of pain everywhere.
Yeah.
1 minute of it.
Yeah, this is
everywhere.
hours of pain. This is
That's
hours
of pain. All right. Going to our next story in the AI world today. This comes from Meta. We're hitting all the big players. So we started out with Google. Now we are on to Meta. Meta unveiled a new generative AI tool that rapidly creates textured 3D models. This tool significantly reduces the time required for 3D model creation, which enhances efficiency for developers and creators out there. Chamber, have you ever modeled anything in 3D?
No, is this the same one that was doing like the teeny tiny puppies? Is this
It looks like there's some teeny tiny puppies on the screen.
Oh,
So
I saw some teeny tiny puppies on the timeline yesterday.
It could be teeny tiny puppies on the timeline. I hope that that's the first thing you generate with this tool is just a litter of teeny tiny puppies. But this tool will be able to generate detailed textured 3D models at unprecedented speeds, says Meta. It supports the creation of a variety of 3D assets, including animals, teeny tiny puppies, vehicles, and buildings. The tool integrates advanced AI techniques to capture complex geometries. I thought I almost said GeoCities. That's what I was thinking, actually. You remember GeoCities?
I do remember GeoCities. I'm surprised you remember them. Like that was OG. That was some OG internet stuff.
Yeah, I mean, this is pretty cool. You can see the examples of, there you go. There's your teacup pigs, your teeny tiny puppies on the screen.
I love teeny tiny animals.
Hippo. You can make all kinds of wild Monopoly pieces out of this model. So there's some, I mean, look, a lot of this stuff goes into the creation bucket, right? So, we keep seeing these insane advancements very quickly in terms of assets you can create that used to take very specialized people with a certain set of skills that would take you a long time, right? So this matters because this is an advancement in AI 3D modeling, which not a lot of people have gotten right so far. So this has obviously the potential to revolutionize a bunch of different industries that are reliant on 3D assets, such as, like gaming, virtual reality, augmented reality, and just, video creation and animation as well. So, for personal use, obviously, this is a super interesting creative tool for, projects, hobbies. I could see you trying to, create some teeny tiny little puppies out of this and showing them to your kids. Obviously, for businesses, the more and more of this creative stuff they could start doing in-house quickly and rapidly, the better the outcomes I believe we will see. So, what do you think? This something that interests you?
Absolutely. Anything that has to do where the end result is me creating teeny tiny animals, I'm 100% involved. This is terrific.
Okay,
but you're right though. You make a good point though. It's like literally, we're going to bring this up a lot, but like it's just the speed in the advancement of these things is breakneck. You know what I'm saying?
Indeed.
My neck is literally broken right now.
My neck, my back, and a variety of other things are we'll leave that for the AI
teeny tiny yaks.
We'll leave that for the AI image generators. All right, we're going to our next one. I feel like we should call this like the AI whip around or something. When I'm just
you give me a name, I'll give you a song. Okay, buddy.
There you go.
You let me know what you want to call
Tiro
it.
finishing the song for us
There
there.
it is.
All right. The next story comes from 11 Labs. Chamber, have you ever used 11 Labs? Are you familiar?
Don't believe I have.
Okay, so 11 Labs, way back when we first started getting the AI bug, or when I first started getting the AI bug, this is what I was using to clone my voice. This is AI.
Okay.
This was AI Bunchu. It was created by 11 Labs initial voice model. So 11 Labs has been doing some really cool things. Are you're a audio booker?
I am. I'm in the midst of one right now.
So why do you choose audiobooks?
I,
Aside from the fact that you can't actually read.
so honestly, it is because I haven't been officially diagnosed, but I'm pretty sure I have dyslexia. Just in the how I describe
that
how I
checks
read.
out. Definitely.
It takes me a long time to read. Like when I read books, I'll like read a page, and
dude, I feel
I'll
like
have to
I
go back and
this too.
reread it, and it takes a long time for me.
Isn't it wild? Like sometimes I have struggled from the same problem. Like sometimes I'm reading something and I'm like, am I stupid? Like I don't
100%. Yeah,
understand what is happening.
I'm like, what did I just read? So audiobooks, I listen, and it's 1,000 times better for my comprehension.
So check this out. You'll dig this because so 11 Labs, obviously they started as kind of this voice model, and this is where they've been living, and they've kind of done some really interesting things. So they have an API. You could actually clone your voice off of a small sample and things like that. But they're actually creating these kind of recreations. Last 2 weeks ago, I believe, they launched a mobile app. Have you seen the mobile app?
No, I'm going to be playing around with this. Is this available to the public, I'm assuming?
It's available. Now that I'm saying this, I hope it's available in Canada, but it is publicly available.
Because I've been seeing, have you been seeing lately where they take a sports figure in a post-game scene and they're saying all sorts of crazy shit? Have you seen these? Like I saw like a Luka one.
No, are they AI generated or
well, they're so good, and I'm wondering if they take this. But I've seen tons of like Luka
possibly because that's what's happening here, right? So two parts of this story. So this story in particular is about them launching what they're calling iconic voices. So here they've partnered with the actual estates of these iconic stars. So Payne, to your question here, do the people have to be dead for it to work? I want Scarlett Johansson to read to me. This particular one, they have partnered with the estates of these folks like Judy Garland, James Dean, and the like to bring their voices to the Reader app. So the Reader app is the other thing I wanted to point out to you. If you haven't seen this yet, it's actually really compelling. So this mobile app that you can download, you can actually like drop a link to an article you're reading, and it loads it in there, and it actually will read it to you out loud rather than you actually having to read it. So it basically turns any article into a podcast. Really interesting. So I've used it. I actually really enjoy it because instead of reading, I'll like passively listen to stuff while I work, which is interesting. But the 11 Labs Reader app is so what it does is converts digital text into voiceovers using AI. So there's a bunch you can pick from. And now some of these famous voices like Judy Garland, James Dean, Burt Reynolds, Laurence Olivier.
Burt Reynolds is dead?
I don't know. Or he's just... Is he? I don't even know.
Turd Ferguson. R.I.P.
Yeah, and that's a good one. The Celebrity Jeopardy.
It's a funny name.
Is strong. It is. It's a big hat. That's why it's funny.
Big hat.
The app can narrate various text formats, including PDFs, ebooks, and articles. So that's what I mean. Like literally, you're scrolling an article, and if you say Steve 2 years ago wrote a great article for DGen Network that you wanted to hear out loud before you deleted it,
I thought this was in the realm of possibility.
you could have thrown you could have thrown it right in here. You could have thrown it right in here and listened to it. The estate partnerships are interesting because we've been seeing more and more lately. People getting sued. Did you see that your favorite music apps are getting sued by the music industry?
Yes.
Yeah. So like stuff like that is happening,
I'm
right?
no longer able to create absolute bangers.
Yeah.
But but I am seeing them. Like I saw a great TikTok the other day where it was somebody saying like, oh, this is how your children hear your music. And this guy's in the car and he's listening to California Love by Tupac. And he's like, when I was your age, this is what we would listen to. And he's playing it and it's, California Love in its entirety. And then it pans to the perspective of the kid and it's an AI generated California Love. So the lyrics are all the same, but it's like 1940s, like ragtime music.
Oh, I love that.
It's amazing. I was like, oh, how does this guy doing it? But I can't get my, I tried to do a workaround too. So I found a phonetic website where you could drop, text in and then it would transcribe it phonetically. Oh. And then I tried to drop, because the workaround is not having the words, right? But if you have the phonetic alphabet in there.
I see. So like when you Google or when you look something up in the dictionary, when it tells you how to say it, that's what you're talking about.
So I tried pasting the phonetics.
Did that work?
It almost worked. It almost worked. Like it worked and like it registered. And some stuff was coming through, but it wasn't the same as, dropping the full English version.
Four out of shape. Four dads. Out of shape.
Welcome back to another episode of the Bad Dad Advice Podcast.
Hanging out once a week. Consuming beers. What will they say next?
Confucius said, "You can go to bed with itchy butt, wake up with sticky fingers." You ever use a bidet? Bidet to you, sir. Get him a telescope so he can see Uranus from farther away.
Can we give some dad advice here? If the buttons on your shirt button the opposite way, that's the lady's shirt.
All right, two things before we move on from this story. One, if you could pick any iconic voice to read things to you, well, who would it be?
Honestly, somebody that's like passed away. Like I've been watching. I'm a big fan of stand-up comedians that do drama.
I thought you were going to say drugs, and I'm like, that's like every stand-up comedian.
So anybody that does drama, so like Robin Williams would be one that I would love, like a dramatic reading. Like if there was like I think him as a voiceover.
All right, that's
would be
a good one.
I'm a big Rob, but I was watching a show just yesterday, and Bill Burr came up in one of these scenes as like. I
don't think he's dead though.
No, not dead, but he is I wholeheartedly believe he is the next stand-up comedian that's going to get like an Oscar in a dramatic role. Because every time I see him, Bill Burr is a solid actor, and I'm calling
your boy
here.
Shane Gillis.
No, not Shane Gillis. But maybe in the future.
Who's the worst? Who would be the worst for this? Would it be our buddy Gilbert?
No, I think Adam Sandler is the worst because he tries to do dramatic stuff.
Sorry, I meant to read to you.
Oh, also Adam Sandler.
It could be Adam.
Yeah, it's
exactly. I like this one from Steve. Is Fran Drescher alive? Imagine having her read to you, but she laughs after every sentence. I think that one. Last thing, Payne, you said you wanted Scarlett Johansson to read to you. Are you, Chamber and Payne, aware of the OpenAI drama with Scarlett Johansson?
I was aware of it. A couple years back, there was a movie called Her, where Scarlett Johansson plays essentially an AI girlfriend to, I think it's Joaquin Phoenix.
Yeah, she falls deeply in love with Joaquin.
Yeah.
Or vice versa, actually.
Yeah. So yes, I did see that when OpenAI came out, like it was suspiciously similar to her voice.
Yeah, so she's suing OpenAI. Apparently, they had asked her to do it. She said no, and now they made something similar that sounds like her, and that's
Like
so
it's not even similar. It's like exactly like her. Like
they
it
called
sounds
the model Sky, which is just like taunting her. It's almost the same. Just call
unbelievable.
it ScarJo, you know? All right. Two more quick stories here from the world of AI. This one also comes from the creative realm from Runway ML. So, Chamber, the last couple weeks, we've seen these crazy video models drop. We've seen commercials being made, and Runway says, hold my beer. They have introduced the Gen 3 Alpha, which is their new AI video model, generating high fidelity, controllable video content. And this is to enhance video creation capabilities with consistency and motion control. Have you seen any of these videos yet?
I have not.
They're pretty darn amazing, these ones. I've been seeing them all over my timeline. I'm working on a project that we're using this for, and the renders have just been insane. We're doing some like pirate themed videos that have come out really nicely. But this supports text to video, image to video, and text to image transformations. It offers fine-grained control over structure, style, motion as well. And some of these new safeguards include a visual moderation system. So you're not going to be able to do any copyright stuff. And it's, I guess they're saying that it's integrating with existing and upcoming tools for more detailed content. This is interesting. So again, significant leap forward in this technology, easier for creators to create high quality, dynamic content and video. This stuff keeps blowing my mind every day. It's just like, it's wild. Like, what do you think when you see this? Like, you've seen now full commercials and stuff with this, but this is really...
So this person does not exist, like this image.
No.
This does not exist in real life.
No, and actually what's even crazier, so like Luma, which we looked at a couple weeks ago, you can actually start an image, start a video from an image base. So in theory, on Luma, it could be a person that exists. It could be you, right? So that's why I've seen people do things with like memes on Luma, because you can start with that frame, the keyframe image. Here, no, you can't. I don't believe you could do image to video here yet with 3. So yeah, these are all generated.
I love
just from text prompts. It's friggin' wild, isn't it?
It is wild.
Yeah. But anyway, so that is the latest and greatest in models. One more in the realm of search. So this comes from Perplexity. Chamber, have you used Perplexity?
No, I'm perplexed by that question.
You should replace your Google searching with.
Yeah?
Oh,
okay.
Yeah. 100%. I basically only use Perplexity for search at this point.
Interesting. Okay.
Yeah. So you should check out Perplexity. If you have not, perplexity.ai. It's a AI-powered search engine, and I believe it's ex-Facebook folks that are part of that are founders of Perplexity. But Perplexity has just announced their Pro Search, and it's an advanced search tool designed to provide comprehensive and tailored search results, and enhances the research process by using powerful AI to dig deeper into academic databases and other sources. So this is interesting. So if you've ever used Perplexity, it's a really cool user interface. Payne, maybe you could even pull up perplexity.ai and just see if you could throw a search on screen so Chamber can see how it actually works. But
I just saw you can get like an iPhone app. Like
I have the iPhone app. It's fantastic. But so like throw a search in here. Ask it Scarlet.
Ask it if Sinbad was in a genie movie in the 90s.
While it's doing that, the Pro Search offers advanced search capabilities, providing more detailed and refined results. It can summarize papers, provide curated sources, making an efficient tool for academic research too. And the tool supports simulations and data analysis to tailor its findings to specific research needs. So this is a much more of like a research intensive tool. Users can upload and analyze unlimited files, integrating them into their search queries, and Pro Search ensures high-level accuracy and relevance in its responses. This is super cool. I mean, I could see how students, researchers, data analysts, analysts would all use this. Perplexity is already, I think, the best way to search. But you can see here, it gave you no, it gave you a correct answer, right? So, but then did it give you sources up top too? So it like goes a little further. So normally what you would get here is like, you know, in Google, it's your 5 links. They're usually all ads and whatever. And then you got to click through everything to find your answer. And here you've got all your sources up top, and then it kind of synthesizes everything to an answer for you, which is really cool. So this is just the basic Perplexity, not the Pro that we're talking about. But that Pro sounds like it
Pro says it does exist. That's my guess. Probably searches the dark web. I don't know.
It might. Yeah, so this is interesting. I think, yeah, you should, if you haven't used this, Chamber,
I'm definitely going to use it. Yeah.
Start converting some of your searches to this and see what you think comparatively. Because you still have the source up top. You want to get to the article, just go click one of those and you're good to go. It actually kind of remembers what you're talking about here. And so here you can ask follow-ups. It actually will suggest related articles as well as some follow-up questions potentially for you as well, which I really like. And so like if you're asking about something that you're trying to learn about, some of those like follow-up prompts that it gives you is really interesting, right? Because you kind of like go down this tree of learning and rabbit holes. Chris wants to know, why are you messing with my head? When did it change to Wednesdays? Chris, you know, we just do this whenever we like. However, we are Wednesdays now, 4 to 5 Eastern, once a week here, streaming everywhere.
Smash it.
Smash it. Everywhere.
Smash it.
What?
Yeah, we are. We're streaming on Twitter. We're streaming on Twitch, YouTube, Facebook. I don't know where else we could be streaming, but all the places you want to be, we're there.
Fair enough.
Smash that like button.
Oh, that's what you were saying. Yes. Okay. This is the part of the show where I am supposed to remind you to smash that like button. Hit us with a subscribe. Chamber, you know, the live streams I've been loving doing the live streams just because, you know, we're getting good live attendance and stuff. The metrics on the playbacks don't look great because we're just live, you know what I mean? But it's I enjoy doing it this way much better. How about you?
I think we're gonna see Payne, I don't know, is Payne coming back here?
Payne just coming on in. Did he?
Oh, so sorry. My bad.
Just wanted to say hi.
Yeah.
No, I really
that
like
was 5 seconds of pain. Everybody.
That was minimal pain.
Minimal pain.
But no, I do like this a lot better. I think we're building momentum. Every show now, it looks like gets a little bit more, more views than the last. Plus, we have we're getting a lot of momentum with all like the clips we get from these. So we have a week's worth of content from one live stream. So it's very good. Yeah.
And this is a great segue to my next topic and the topic of the day, du jour, if you will. Because guess what? Soon, Chamber, that one piece of content, an hour long, that we're turning into a week's long content funnel for you. Soon, some of that may be able to be automated out of your life. What would you say about that?
I would say, okay. I would enjoy that.
I'm about to show you kind of some just basic stuff that I'm working on, but I've been obsessed with automation lately. And because of the things you can now do with AI, it allows for you to automate a lot of different processes that you may not have thought were possible in the past, or that you may have had to be very technical to do in the past, that you no longer have to be because of these AI models. And so I have been on this crazy automation kick. Have you ever heard of Zapier?
I've heard of it, but I'm not sure what it is. It sounds
Okay.
very familiar.
Have you ever heard of make.com?
Is that like a scat? A scat site?
No, not
No,
a
okay, no,
scat site. Not a scat site. So Zapier and Make are no code automation tools. So
Okay.
what their purpose is to help you kind of connect. So Zapier's tagline at some point, I believe, was the glue of the internet, because all these companies, all these SaaS products, all the things that you use every day are connected to the internet and can talk to each other through APIs. And so when you have these API connections, or when you have these APIs, it basically means that all of them can talk to each other. And so they've made these, no code platforms like Zapier and make.com, so that people like myself or you can kind of connect different pieces of the softwares that you're using every day to kind of create these automated workflows, or to just do things that do not, normally connect. So here, Chris says Zapier linking ChatGPT to all the wonderful tools we use day in and day out. And that's correct. Yes. So that's what I've been obsessed about. And it's got me thinking about all of these things that we could do to automate a bunch of different processes in our lives. So I'm going to show you one, Chamber. This is the tip of the iceberg that I've been working on for you.
I'm so excited.
We've been doing this show together for so long, and I just take, and I never give. I never give back to you. And so over the next couple weeks, I'm going to build you something using these tools and AI to make your podcasting life easier. All right.
I'm touched.
That's my promise to you. The first one here is simple. You do a lot of work on the back end of our podcast to create descriptions and, get the podcast processed and things like that. One thing we don't have, though, is chapter markers. And
it's true. We do not.
We don't have any chapter markers.
Because I don't want to add any more work to my day.
Correct. But what if I could do it for you?
I would love it.
All right. So what you are looking at here is a workflow that actually will create chapters for you and actually add them automatically to your YouTube video. What do you think of that?
I love it immediately.
Okay, so what you're looking at here is make.com, and this is actually, it's such a cool little interface here. You can see I've got a bunch of these different modules. Each one of these modules are different parts of the workflow. So it starts here with Airtable. Are you familiar with Airtable?
I am not.
So Airtable is basically Google Sheets on steroids. So think about all the awesome things you could do with Excel or Google Sheets and give it some crystal meth, and you've got Airtable. Lots of different functionalities, easier to kind of organize. And
you had me at crystal meth.
Yeah, I figured, right? So here we're starting with Airtable. So Airtable is kind of like your data repository for this specific workflow. I'll show you exactly what we're doing there in a second. This one right here, this is actually like a code, like a specific module that'll run code, right? Okay. So here I'm running some Python code that we have created with ChatGPT, and you're running it in its own little module here. Then once it does that, it's passing to Claude. So this is Claude, and we are activating the Claude Opus model here. So one of the brand new Claude models, right? And here you've got a prompt. So in this prompt, I'll kind of walk through what each one of these does in a second. You got a little more code. This going out to YouTube. This is updating YouTube, and this one is coming back to Airtable to finish the job off at the end, right? Okay. So what's actually happening here, I'll show you this in a second. So we're going to start with our Airtable. So super easy. It's literally looks like an Excel sheet, right? And I've just created here a YouTube link, video ID, chapters, etc. So I took one of our wonderful podcasts. I've got the link here. I drop it here. It's automatically going to grab me this YouTube ID, right? And that's because I just did a little formula. Now, once I have that in my Airtable, I'm going back here, and we're going to then pass that ID into the Python script. The Python script is going to basically get a transcript of the video. It's going to pass the transcript and timestamp. It's going to pass the transcript to Claude, who is going to read it and timestamp it.
Okay.
Then that's going to pass it back to this code that's going to turn the timestamps into the proper, YouTube timestamps. Then it goes out, and actually, this is why I made you 2FA me 10 times yesterday.
Yeah.
Because I was trying to get our YouTube API keys. So this actually will go out, and it talks to our specific YouTube channel, which is cool. And then it's going to pass. This adds the description this adds the timestamps to the description. Add the chapters. Did you just pull me off?
Yeah, sorry, I was adding the other one.
So then it's actually going to add the chapters here, and then it's going to go back and update the Airtable. So, and it all will run. Now it's running. So right now I'm taking the stuff from the Airtable. It's running the code. It's going to pass it to Claude. Claude's reading, time stamping, all of those wonderful things. And then when Claude's done, this is the longest part because it's, reading, writing, comprehending.
What kind of time frame are we looking at, though?
Oh, dude, it's going to be done in 30 seconds from now.
That's wild.
There you go. Done. And now that's it. It's done.
Okay.
Right. And now what we go back here, let's go back to our Airtable. And we should have, one sec. In our Airtable now, you should have, here's our little, I also have it that it will update this row with our timestamps. So now we've got, here you go, producer pain, 1 minute of pain segment at the end, wrapping up the show. It's got all the timestamps here. And this is what would be added to our description in that YouTube video, as well as the chapter markers. What do you think? Did I blow your balls off?
Yeah. So 1 second. I want to see if was that for the latest?
So a problem with our videos, and this is what I was saying to you yesterday. The problem with our videos is because they're live, you can't actually add the chapter markers to them because they're live. So we would have to go and reproduce them. But anybody else who just does normal YouTube videos that are not live streams, any normal YouTube videos, you would actually be able to add the chapter markers directly to.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
Oh,
but yes,
that's
just the tip of the iceberg, baby.
That's crazy.
What do you think?
I'm surprised with how fast it happened.
Well, that's what I'm talking about. So when you're talking about, think about all the time that you spend from the time we hit play here to the time it takes to get it out of, get it out.
I mean, to give you a timeline, literally we finish the show. I bring my kid to horseback riding. I'm back here at about 7. And from 7 till about 8:30, it's show related stuff. I'm creating the description. It's an hour and a half.
Too long.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
We're
Like,
gonna
I
make
mean,
this
I
easy
enjoyed
for you.
it. Don't get me
We're gonna
wrong.
make this easier for you. So I'm working on some more of these that will make our podcasting life easier. I think there's tons of stuff you could do to make content creation a lot more automated, getting clips made for you. I'm working on one that's just I can't I'll show it when I'm done, but it's
Here, I'll
blow your balls off.
Did I show you what the frame drop looks like for our show?
No.
Here, I'll show you. I'll show you real quick. Hang on a sec. Share.
I'm sure they're doing some form of this in the background, right? Like when it's probably doing something similar. It's probably creating, highlights off of our thing.
So this is our last show. So what I do is I upload the video from StreamYard to Frame Drop, and it takes a little bit of time, but after maybe like 20 minutes, I get populated a bunch of different clips. I don't know, can you see that okay?
Yep.
So yeah, you get all these clips. Like here's the snake one here. It usually shows you a little highlight, but
is this blowing your mind or not?
It really is. Like, this is super impressive. So then you can click on it, and then I think you can export it here, and then you can kind of figure out what, like if I want you in the clip here.
Oh, this is how. So that's funny. That's how you can just get the verticals.
Yeah. And then I want just the snake game portion here. So I'll just kind of minimize that and just kind of.
So you still have to make these clips though. Like you have to do this part.
And then I trim.
Is this blowing your mind or not?
It really is. So there you go. Like this is super impressive.
Is this blowing your
Great clip.
Yeah. So yeah. So yeah, that's a little insight on. So a lot of that hour and a half after the fact is uploading the video, getting that stuff, getting some clips out. So it's not just the podcast side, but doing this definitely pares down the audio. Doing Spaces audio, putting that out as a podcast was a lot trickier. This is much easier. This is just a matter of downloading the audio and then putting it out.
Yeah, I'm working on some stuff that'll 10x our content creation. How about that?
I freaking love it. I love it. I just want likes. I don't want views. I don't want people. I just want people to love me. That's all I want. I want to be loved by droves of people.
See, I don't know if it's that for me. I like doing this part where I'm kind of like teaching people things they don't know about.
I just want blind adoration.
Adoration, yeah. Yeah. Blind Adoration was the name of your high school band.
It sure was.
Really great. Yeah, it was great.
The name of my high school band, for the record, was I can't even think of the name now. A lot of drugs between then and now.
A lot of drugs was the name of the band, huh?
It was like, I forget what it's like. Fudge. I forgot. I'll get back to you.
My buddy had a band, and it was called Sweater Vest Revolution.
Ooh, good name. Good name.
Yes, that's so. All right, that's good. That does it for my AI portion of the show, which takes up 50 minutes of the show these days. But do we have any crypto talk?
We do. We do have a little crypto talk. I want your insights on some of this. Hang on one sec. Oh yeah, there it is right here. Let's talk crypto.
This is part of the show where we talk about crypto. This is the part of the show where we talk about crypto.
What a great drop.
Isn't that good? Payne, I don't know if you can bring this up. We'll start with which one. We'll start with the Sahel stuff. Big news. I think this was yesterday.
Oh, I didn't see this. Incredible.
Big news. Serial celeb token launcher Sahil has been suspended on Twitter.
That's a really nice way to say piece of shit scammer.
Yeah, I mean, serial celeb token launcher.
Yeah.
I think piece of shit is it's inherent in that title.
You, you should definitely put that in your bio from now on. Yeah.
They
Well,
need
I
to
mean,
make
you are Eric Stevens, all to count. You know?
that's
You are the Eric Stevens, all to
Eric
count.
Stevens alt accounts. Hey, we all have we wear many masks is all I'll say. But yeah, this is what are your thoughts here? Big news.
I think it's great news. I did not realize his handle was Sahil.fun, which is actually just hilarious. There's nothing like the scammers just laughing in your face as they do it and just blatantly showing it right to you. It's the magician that pulls the bunny out of that right and tells you how he's doing it, and you still are impressed and buy their stuff. So that's really funny. Payne T-Row says you need to turn on dark mode. I tend to agree. Chamber, what are your thoughts?
100%. I mean, dark mode is the only mode.
If he had dark mode in his computer, he'd always be asleep. Is that how it works? Is it like circadian rhythm? Does dark mode give you melatonin? What am I missing? Some really good science here.
It's possible, but I mean, you ever fall asleep at your office chair?
No.
I have. So I mean, I can.
I've got this nice gamer chair, but I could not fall asleep in it.
Nice.
All right. What else for crypto talk? We got Sahil suspended.
So I see Sahil suspended, but then immediated there. That's so much better.
Oh, look at that.
It's
see,
so
with AI,
better.
you can make dark mode in 2 seconds.
But then I immediately see, I don't know if you could pull up the next one there, Payne. We have Sydney Sweeney.
I did not see this.
Literally, it happened after the suspension. So I'm like, what is even happening right now? I had to double check it. 100. I couldn't. It turns out the tweets have been since deleted. But yeah, yesterday Sydney Sweeney tweets out the Sweeney token. She said she's going on Spaces to discuss. I triple checked the account. I'm like, oh, this is 100% her account. I go to bring it up today. Everything's gone. She's now claiming her account has been hacked for the second time in as many months. I think she mentioned her account was hacked a month or two ago. Sydney Sweeney, is this mean she's more likely her account's been hacked a couple of times? Is this both for crypto related issues? So I don't know. Is she trolling us?
This is big news. I mean,
arguably, is rumored to have made over 600K on this last one.
That's got to be like peanuts for her, though.
Is it though? Like I start thinking, I'm like, Sydney Sweeney, she's not making.
I don't know. She's like having her moment. Money. Yeah, but she's like having her moment.
I don't know if the moments are the same as they used to be.
This is the type of person we need in our lives. Chris, you are. This is why we love you. He's watching on 3 devices. Get those numbers up, baby. Like, subscribe on all of them. But he feels YouTube is the best so far. Don't tell Elon; he'll take your check away. But the most odd celebrity hack that I saw during this cycle. Do you have any guess?
No, I don't have a guess. I'm trying to think of who got hacked.
You wouldn't even. You probably don't even consider this person a celebrity, which is why it's so odd that they were hacked.
Was it Steve got hacked?
Buster Olney.
Buster Olney from
Baseball Tonight.
Baseball Tonight. Yeah.
Buster Olney.
That's crazy. What happened?
Hogan, not surprising at all. No, he had his account hacked, and they were like, "Oh, join the Buster token and all this stuff."
So it was like for like a celeb crypto like meme coin.
Yeah,
that's wild.
Probably Sahil.fun. Who knows?
I heard Hulk Hogan's password was
brother.
Was just brother 4 times in a row.
brother. Exclamation point. Any more crypto news today?
That's all I had. That was, there's ETF stuff happening right now. Ethereum ETF looks like it's going to be postponed. either to later.
Is that
this
why we're
week.
tanking today?
Yeah, it's the market does not like a postponement.
Yeah.
So ETH, it is what it is. I still think, we were talking about it a couple of months ago. Summer is going to be what it is. It's crypto. I'm really starting to buckle in, as I'm going to lean in like the lean in meme. Come September, once the kids go back to school, I think that's when I start to lean in.
That's time to lean in.
Yeah,
all right.
I think so.
All right. Do we have any dad talk?
I
got one.
Yeah, let's 1 second.
Plus a dad update.
Oh my goodness. All right, let me hit the clip.
Let's do dad talk.
Dad talk! Dad talk! It's time for some dad talk!
All right. If you remember last week, we left the show last week on Dad Talk where I was about to send my son a letter from Spider-Man.
Oh, right.
Because he wasn't listening. Do you remember this?
I do remember this.
It was a smash hit. It was a smash hit. The dude, he was so excited to get a piece of mail for him. And that it was from Spider-Man just absolutely blew his socks off, and he was so excited. And then we read it to him, and I think he was kind of confused about why Spider-Man was telling him to listen to his parents, but he dug it. I have had to read that letter every night at bedtime for an entire week. How about that?
So did you have to read it in order to remind him to listen?
No, he's asking. He is
Okay,
requesting that we read him the Spider-Man note before bedtime. And so, and it's I've asked him many times, like, oh, what is this note about? Because I want to make sure he comprehended. And he gets it. He's like, Spider-Man told me to be a good boy. I was like, yeah. It's like, that's
amazing.
Right. And then I'm like, so why are you still so bad?
Yeah.
Like,
Spidey wants to know.
So, but it worked. So, as much as it could have, it was impactful and it got through to him and he enjoyed it. So that is the dad update. I forget what yours was, but yours also required, trampoline update. Did we make it?
She made it. It's been ordered. It's en route.
Wow. All right. So and now she's
only cost me $300.
Now she's saying I hate you every day since, or
she
what?
has stopped saying it, and it
Let's go. 30 days is enough to build a habit.
Yeah,
that's
absolutely.
For sure.
So it has worked. I mean,
Okay.
she's still a hunk of shit.
That's how it goes. All right, here's my dad talk for the day. I have two boys, as you know. They are of close enough in age. The little one, 1.5 years, is now kind of coming into his own, and he wants to play with all the things his brother wants, and his brother wants to play with all the things he wants, and it's always happening simultaneously. So we are firmly in the realm of like everything we have has to be in twos, and they have to be exactly the same. They cannot be any different, or one's going to want what the other one wants.
Of course.
And even if they are basically the same thing, you can't. We've actually had to buy new versions of things that were different to stop them from fighting over the different things. Have you experienced this at all?
Not too bad. My oldest daughter's almost 5 years older. She's about 4.5 years older than my youngest daughter.
Yeah,
so she's pretty mature. She's still a hunk of junk sometimes, but she understands.
But she's not like, hey, give me your cigarettes.
No. Well, she vapes.
right, of course. Sorry, you teach her right. She's grown up in a good household. So this is my version of the terrible twos. It's that I have to have two of everything, and they're exactly the same thing. Like they have these ride-on cars upstairs that are like push cars with their feet, and the little one had a smaller baby one, and the big one had this very cool other version of one, and the baby started riding it, and like, because now he can ride it,
Of course.
and it has caused so much chaos in our house, constant fighting over who has it, and so we literally had to buy a second one.
I think it's better, honestly.
And it had to be the same color, and yes,
I think it's better that way. Because now the problem we have is, because my youngest daughter is like, again, 4.5 years younger, and then my oldest daughter will do something. She wants to do that, and sometimes it's nearly impossible. Like, we were at a water park over the weekend, and there was areas she couldn't go in because of the height difference and stuff. So, yeah, like it's better that for them to be a little closer, I would say. Even though there's issues.
All right. That'll do it for Dad Talk. The last part of the show here, as we wrap up, it's time for 1 minute of pain.
He's not looking for any fame. It's too late to hide. Time for 1 minute of pain. 1 minute of pain.
1 minute of pain is where we bring producer Payne in, and he grades the show, asks any questions, and generally just talks about what is interesting to him. Payne, welcome.
Thanks, fellas. 10 out of 10 show again. I don't really understand how we keep getting better, but somehow we do. You know, it's
the once a week thing. I
think. Such a long time of
really dialed in
of mediocrity. You know, now it's time to time to elevate a little bit.
We're going from Blake Lively to Eva Longoria, is what you're telling me.
Bunch wasn't there. He was trying to dog on Blake Lively, but
yeah.
I have a buddy that also doesn't think
she's a for the record. Blake Lively is gettable for all of us on the screen right now.
Isn't that Ryan Reynolds' wife?
Yeah, Ryan Reynolds is a hunk of junk. We could.
What?
Yeah,
dude, you ain't beating Ryan Reynolds. No
Listen.
way.
If we were talking Ryan Gosling, different story. Okay,
Nah,
but out of the two
Canadian there are zero celebrity Ryans that you are better than. Anyway, Payne, grade the show, scale of 1 to 10.
It is a 10. I thought the audiobooks in the various voices is crazy. If we can, Steve, I know he was trying to say my Scarlett Johansson take was maybe a little bit creeperish, but if she wants to sponsor the show or come on anytime, she's welcome.
So, I agree. Might get sued.
Yeah. Open invite.
Who would be the top voice that you would want to read to you outside of ScarJo?
Morgan Freeman.
That's what I was gonna go with earlier. I thought that was slightly too obvious for me to say, but
yes, but it's true. You know, you really can't beat that.
That's very true. What else interested you from today's episode? How were your balls blown off by the automation demo?
They really were. I'm gonna have to go back and watch it a little bit. And I'm also like, how can we get this set up for coffee with Captain when Steve and Chris, you know, sometimes maybe go 3 or 4 hours? It would be great to just automate that sucker,
right? Hit me up, Payne. Now that you've seen it, I'll show you what's behind the curtain. And
I'm gonna get in those DMs. Don't worry.
I invited you earlier to something that is still undisclosed to the public. You're one of 2 people that have seen it. Chamber hasn't even seen it yet. So
I'm glad no one else has joined it, right?
No, that's it. But I'll probably show it on the show next week because it'll be ready by then. But you know,
I'm excited.
That's it. Yeah.
All right.
All right. That is going to do it for us today. Thank you, Payne. Chamber, fun as always. Go do some horse stuff. Until next time, keep the mic hot.
What have I done? What have I become? I can't describe this.